All right, you don't need Washington to tell you that we need to widen parts of I-65. I mean, this part in Shelby County, I like to call it the bless your heart, as in bless your heart if you're going to try to get home on that today. It's congested. It clogs your drive in or home from work. And today, a new research group out of D.C. agrees, saying that should be our #1 road project priority in the state. Alan Collins talked to a transportation meeting of local and county officials today. Alan, they say, hey, look, we agree. How do we pay for it?
And there's really no consensus on where that money would come from at all, Jonathan. You mentioned certainly we are talking about the #1 list. We're talking 50 overall projects, Jonathan, across the state of Alabama, Mobile, all the way to North Alabama. But #1 was something we all very familiar with. We're talking about I-65, needs to add lanes. We're talking about basically starting on Highway 31 Hoover, going all the way down to County Road 52, basically the tank farm. And certainly if you travel that, you know it needs. But this road's project, and so this report says it's definitely needed here in Alabama. Now take a look at the video. As I mentioned, we're talking about the first stretch, I-65, #1 on the list. They need more lanes. We all agree on that. Now this came from TRIP, which is a Washington, D.C. research group. It took information basically from ALDOC and did their own analysis, and they did their own rankings. That's how they came up with the 50 road projects. Highway 59 downtown, we're talking First Avenue north of Chalkfield Road. They could also see some additional roads, and I'm sure we got a lot of people in that stuck in traffic would definitely agree right now. Now the report stresses investing in road projects is a way to promote economic development, getting people to work, getting businesses here, improving the quality of life, certainly making it easier to drive around. And of course we're talking public safety, making it safer for everyone. TRIP says Alabama's not doing enough to improve roadways. It's creating a problem because we have more people traveling by vehicles, and we all know we have seen an increase in traffic fatalities.
We saw in 2015 travel increasing at a significant rate in the state. So the growth issues are quite compelling here in Alabama. And then in terms of traffic safety, the fatality rate is much higher than the national average. So that is a very critical factor.
Now, the price tag, fairly hefty. All 50 projects, you're basically talking $4.6 billion. TRIP is not suggesting where that money is going to come from, or it's going to dictate to the local governments, legislature, where to find that money, but just the money needs to be invested to improve these roadways. At 6, we're going to talk about some local roads, what's being done locally, and we're going to talk about the roadblocks when it comes to getting those money for those road projects, and it's happening down in Montgomery and right here in Jefferson County. That story at 6. In Birmingham, Alan Collins, WBRC, Fox 6 News on your side.